This is the Gulf of America, and out here, she decides.
Man, today was a gorgeous day. We started off right out the rip. First, cast out, we got on a good group, got on a big jumbo, and I mean, we had to fight them for every bit of 20, 25 minutes, just a real big fish, and unfortunately didn't land it. That's just sometimes how it goes in fishing, don't always get them in the boat.
But sometimes it truly is fishing and not catching.
So much of the culture that we love about Louisiana is based in these waters, comes from the abundance of these waters.
And an admiration for a formidable opponent that is Bayou Wild. Join us on an adventure to where the road ends and a different world begins. At the southernmost tip of Louisiana, Highway 23 disappears into endless marsh, and the mighty Mississippi winds its way down through the last slivers of dry land. We've been here before. We know these waters, but we continue to return because the story of Venice is always evolving. With each shift of the tide and each bent rod, a new story writes itself.
The tuna bite is hot in Venice. I mean, with the front we had yesterday come through, it threw them off a little bit, I think. It's a beautiful time to be offshore fishing.
Today, we're teaming up with Gulf of America Outfitters and the Coastal Conservation Association, not just to chase tuna, but also to listen, to learn, and to witness the Gulf at its finest.
Ooh, y'all saw that one? Straight out front.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Global Outdoors. Find your next adventure and share your experiences with others by downloading the Global Outdoors mobile app or visiting globaloutdoors.com.
One of the reasons why Double D has been around for 50 years is because we are consistent with what built the business. And we go to great lengths to make sure that when you bring a deer or a hog or whatever it may be, your meat stays your meat all the way through the process. But we want to be as true to the original intent, which is a local meat company. And that's something that we want to maintain for as long as the Lord lets us do it.
Delta Marina is Plaquemines Parish fishing one-stop. Get live bait, fuel, ice, tackle, and marine supplies. Then launch into the world's most productive saltwater fishing. Return to the fishing cleaning station, relax in first-class cabins overlooking the bayou, all in Delta Marina's safety video-monitored parking lot. Need a fishing charter guide? Delta Marina can hook you up. Cook your catch in your kitchenette or dine in the upstairs restaurant. Visit Delta Marina for a day or a week. Stop in just off Highway 11 down Rosemary Drive in Empire. Visit thedeltamarina.com.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are in Venice, Louisiana, my hometown, Plaquemines Parish, one of my favorite places on the earth, Cypress Cove Marina, going tuna fishing. It's cold. This ain't for the faint of heart. You can't just get out here and do this if you don't do it very often or have a passion for it. So it is like 36 degrees. We're getting on the water here. It's about 4:45. So Gulf of America Outfitters, CCA. We're gonna try to get on some big fish today.
The bow is pointed south, and the glow of marina lights slowly disappear in the rear view. From here, it's It's a journey through the mouth of the Mississippi River to the open waters of the salty Gulf. It's the time of year where giant yellowfin tuna are on every offshore fisherman's brain. Scattered across the horizon, other anglers join the early wake-up call to try their luck at landing a beast. A group of pelicans crashing down onto the surface is a dead giveaway that something is schooling below. In a few short moments, the surface erupts with thrashing tails and swift fins. And for a moment, chaos takes over. In a split second, there's a powerful strike. The rod bends and the drag screams.
Nice work, nice work. Keep them hooked up.
This is what tuna fishermen live for, connecting to a beast that feels as powerful as a freight train.
Look, switch it. Switch it? Yep.
That's a big family. Go. That's a real big fish. This ain't a big fish. I don't know what you're talking about, bub.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Out here in the Gulf of America, we're hooked up. I hooked fish, for the record. Me. Passed it off the wheel. Will made some progress. And now we're over here. Batter number 3. Trying to get our board to the surface. Right clean up. I did jump in there for a few extra reels, but it wasn't as effective.
We're starting to gain momentum really good. We just add a couple more clicks of drag and we'll just pick them up. What they do is they corkscrew, and as they corkscrew up, you just pick up the slack as they come up.
Way under. Back of the boat. Back of the boat. Way back under.
I can't see the line.
Yeah.
Hell, talk to me. Talk to me.
Way back under. Back under. Just swing the whole back of the boat. He's under, straight under.
After a nearly hour-long fight, all of a sudden, the line goes slack. In an instant, all the excitement is replaced with frustration, disappointment, and disgust.
It had to have been in his guts. Had to have.
But this isn't the end of the chase. Off in the distance, another flock of birds is getting rowdy, and another opportunity for us to move in on the action.
Ooh, that's a big fish.
We've been running around chasing some other fish. Got on a good school of blackfin here recently, and it's a beautiful time to be offshore fishing.
Eyes scan water that never stops moving. Every ripple feels like the one.
You know, sun came up and it just, I mean, it got gorgeous. It was kind of one of those textbook days. It's almost like we paid Mother Nature to have a pretty day on the water. It was so perfect.
But instead, a massive shark is ruining the anticipation.
So they come in gorge, but it's all walks of life here. So it's king mackerels and sharks and so forth and so on. Typically, on the top of the dome is where the most action is as far as just like general life, like everything exists there. You find the things that we're targeting more so off of it, but in between the two rigs where like if you look there right now, there's just birds been there. Yeah. That's probably like if you wanted to take a test at like losing a big tuna to a shark, that would be your best bet. Yeah. Like up on the top. That's just kind of why I'm working on the outside of it. I like catching them on the outskirts. I feel like that's where I have the best shot, or anyone very well may, but it's hard. It's hard to convince yourself of that whenever there's things like all these boats running around and birds going and stuff. Same principle of like chasing yesterday's bite if you weren't part of it. Don't force him to keep the rod in.
Captain Bone.
Yes, sir.
Been a day.
It has been a day.
It's been a, what will we call it, a grinder?
It was a grinder. It has been a grinder.
Yeah, it would be considered a grinder if this was how you were phrase that in the dictionary. Look up the picture of the boat and the 7 of us next to grinder. Cold day, cold morning.
Cold afternoon.
Yeah, cold afternoon. It's been cold all day. really haven't been warm all day long, but we braved it and got a good crew and honestly,
a great crew.
We had a good bite, just kind of tough luck. You know what I mean? Like we had that first. I mean, we got on a big. He had to be a jumbo. I mean, the way he fought right off the rip, and just wasn't able to land him. I think first fish, first cast. I feel like sometimes just like golf. You play like the first couple holes, and it's like you play like trash because you're just getting going, and then takes you 3 or 4 to get on steps. So I feel like that first one might have been a unfortunate misstep on our part, not maybe being on the ball there, getting the fish to the top quicker, but bounced around, did what we can do, got on some other good fish, and just kind of having some tough luck, but still been good.
Yeah, no, it's
nothing
great.
bad. I mean, we've been on fish all day. I can't say that we haven't. We've had opportunities. So, what you thinking? Where we at?
I agree wholly. This morning, I don't know if there was a pivotal point that we could have changed anything. The fish was undoubtedly a jumbo. He had us in a way where we were kind of backing around on him, trying to stay in front of him, and we needed at that point either to, we weren't putting enough pressure on him per se we could have stayed in that same pattern all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We needed to either wear him out a little bit or, take control of the situation.
Yeah.
This offshore trip started with hope, but as the day progresses, what becomes more evident is honesty. Hookups quickly become break-offs. Pulled hooks, lost fish. And it's a trip that has truly become a day of grinding it out, in the hopes to not leave empty-handed.
It's still cool seeing them on the water.
Well, I mean, that's fishing. That's what I call it, fishing. I catch it. So we got a little bit more time. We're trying to make another fast, and I think 9th inning stretch. You know, we're gonna try to bring it home, close it out. Omaha, where's Will?
We got a hell of a sandwich.
I would say, Will help.
I mean, these freaking sandwiches are fed jam up.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
So, Venice, Louisiana is known as the tuna capital of the world, and many times folks visit down there and they catch just pounds on pounds of yellowfin or blackfin tuna. You can only give away so much fresh tuna, but it's so good you don't have to give it all away. People just don't know what to do with it. So, tuna sot olio, did I say it properly?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
What is it?
Tuna in oil. This recipe was given to me by this wonderful lady, Lydia Bostonich, who is one of the top Italian Sicilian restaurateurs in New York City. Her restaurant, Lydia, is known worldwide. She has a national television show on PBS. People probably know her name. And I was eating with her one day, and we were talking about tuna, and she did this tuna dish for me. She did a beautiful tuna salad dish for me. And as we were talking about tuna, I said, "Oh, I wish we had this nice fresh tuna all year long, you know." And she says, "No, that's canned tuna." I said, "Well, canned tuna?" Yeah. And Lydia's restaurant, well, no, not canned. She said, the jar.
So it's a more fancy, more pure version of a can of tuna. It's in oil, but it preserves it. And what's fascinating, I think, is that it doesn't even need refrigeration. It's just something that you jar it properly, and you can eat it a year from when you caught it. Whereas when you freeze it, it tends to have an expiration date in the freezer.
Right. So what we're doing here, I'm taking a little bit of vinegar,
boiling water,
and this is going to give the acidity to it, just like if I would put a lemon in here. Now I'm just cook this to medium rare, and while that's cooking, let you and I go ahead and make the oil Is that little fire
Yep,
zone
it's
right
going.
there? So we're using, look how beautiful that olive oil is.
And you said the higher quality olive oil, the better salad you're going to
Oh, no, absolutely. And don't be afraid when you get the jar, which I'll show you more in a minute. This has gotten cold from the poaching last night, but it'll clear up and
Yeah,
it'll
it'll
look just
settle.
like that. Don't worry about that. So I'm going to go right into the pot with a cup and a half of extra virgin olive oil.
A little chili pepper for...
Yeah, and that's my poaching liquid. So now how am I going to flavor my tuna in the jar? I'm going to put some nice red onions in here like that. I'm going to put garlic. Now, when you fool with tuna, you want garlic in a jar, right? Take a look at that.
Lots of garlic.
Lots of garlic. Put it in there. You cannot put too much garlic in the jar. Fresh bay leaves, and then I'm going to come back with a little bit of the peppercorns, like that, just some nice, and of course, you know, in Louisiana, everybody knows how to season their own.
Absolutely.
This is hot pepper flakes like that, and then of course I'm going to throw another lemon in here. Now I'm going to bring this up to like 190 degrees. I want to make sure it starts to simmer,
Gets
but I
flavors
don't,
out.
yeah, I don't want to fry all of that. I
Right.
just want to poach it and get that good flavor in there.
And she took the nice fresh tuna steaks, cut them in strips, put them inside the jar, and of course a little lemon, a little pepperoncino, a little, of course you can put any flavors
Anything
you
you
want,
want.
whatever you like. She
You can
put the
season 'em
peppers,
differently.
spice, yeah. Filled it up with extra virgin olive oil all the way to the top, just like if you can in figs, right? Tighten it up, put it in a water bath, bring it up to 190 degrees, leave it in there for about 30 minutes, and it'll cook the tuna inside the oil. And it's typical what most people say, well, that's just a tuna salad. No, it's not. This is a tuna salad you never, you know, this is God's tuna salad.
Yeah, I had
you know?
never thought of it. As many times as I've come home with tuna and had tuna and been sad when I've taken too much out of the freezer and maybe it's freezer burned and it's really only good for smoking at this point. I never thought, never even occurred to me that it's that easy to make your own canned or jarred tuna versus the stuff you get on the shelf.
And it's a great appetizer. It's a fantastic salad, or you can eat it right out of the jar.
And you can't beat the health aspect.
Yeah, which is what she and I did sitting in our restaurant. People were looking at us like barbarians sitting over there with a fork just pulling the tuna out of the
So
jar.
what we're going to do, let's make a nice salad, right? Because if you make this or this in your tuna salad, you're going to pay about $9
Yeah.
for that, and who wants this anyway, right?
And I was thinking this would be a great thing that's never occurred to me, but in Louisiana, when people go tuna fishing, a lot of times they have an abundance, and they can't even give it all away. There's so much. This is a great way to keep it fresh.
That's exactly the way to think about it. So you always want to use your catch, right? You really do. You want to use it. Now you don't have to worry about where your salad dressing is coming
Right,
from.
it's already there.
In there, and look at that. I'll just kind of put it, and then I'll move it around. I'll
There you go.
shake it out of there. Now just take a look at those nice big chunks of tuna in there. How pretty that is. And the flavor of this, the longer it sits in the oil, the better it's going to be. It's going to pick up all of that garlic flavor and the pepper. Easy to do. This is something you can also get the crowd involved in, whether you have kids or whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is something fun to do, and it's just a matter of seasoning olive oil as we did, and then go ahead and put a.
You can't really mess this up.
No, you can't mess it up, but you can sure get a taste of it.
So the next time you see somebody at the dock and you're a little critical on how much meat they have, don't worry. It doesn't go to waste if you preserve it properly.
That's right, and you can send some to me.
Absolutely, would not be
Absolutely.
opposed to that at all.
As much as you want. I mean,
Tuna
really, I have
in
plenty of
oil.
oil. I have plenty of oil.
Delta Marina is Plaquemines Parish fishing one-stop. Get live bait, fuel, ice, tackle, and marine supplies. Then launch into the world's most productive saltwater fishing. Return to the fishing cleaning station, relax in first-class cabins overlooking the Bayou, all in Delta Marina's safety video-monitored parking lot. Need a fishing charter guide? Delta Marina can hook you up. Cook your catch in your kitchenette or dine in the upstairs restaurant. Visit Delta Marina for a day or a week. Stop in just off Highway 11 down Rosemarie Drive in Empire. Visit thedeltamarina.com.
If you're lucky enough to bag a deer or a hog this season, bring it here to Double D. Double D processes hogs and exotic game and guarantees your product is always the meat you brought to Double D.
Double D Meats in Bogalusa, home of country smoked, spicy jalapeno cheddar, and other customized flavors.
Bring your deer or your hog here to Double D, where you always get your meat back in return. It's worth a drive to Bogalusa from anywhere. Double D. No tuna will land it on this day. Not for lack of effort, not for lack of skill, because sometimes the angler is no match for a Gulf of America giant. This isn't failure, this is truth.
We're in a 20-minute fight with this tuna. Just crushing it. And we're doing a good job. We're doing it, man. The bill comes off the rod.
Here's what days like this prove. Charter captains don't measure success by easy days. They measure it by strong fisheries.
Just crush it. Just house them. I mean, great.
Having come from other places, there's no place that compares with the fishing in Louisiana. So much of the culture that we love about Louisiana is based in these waters, comes from the abundance of these waters. You know, it's important for everyone in Louisiana and everyone in the Gulf Coast. Doesn't take much, just let your legislators know that coastal conservation matters.
Recreational anglers don't chase tuna because they're easy. They chase them because they're not. And having a healthy fishery means sometimes the fish wins.
You know, we're gonna keep at it. Got a little bit of time left on the water here. We're gonna keep fishing, but it's been a good day. We're excited, and we've been talking Star, talking CCA, everything that we're working on right now. So you know, this year's gonna be great, and this is just a really good start to a epic fishing season we're gonna have. So you know, we're gonna keep working at it.
The Gulf of America doesn't owe us a fish. She offers opportunity, and eventually, even the most skilled angler is humble.
You know, a little tuna fishing, baby.
And that humility is exactly what protects this place. So the next bite matters. So the next fight is fair. So the next generation gets their chance at adventure, sportsmanship, and heritage of Bayou.